On My Mind was an international hit for the Easybeats, but of course it was just the beginning for writers George Young and Harry Vanda. The band members went on to write some of the most well-known and most loved classics of our time, yet very little's known about the duo's personal lives. Now, a new book is detailing the fascinating life of the man behind the music, and author Jeff Apter joins us this morning. Good morning, Jeff. This is a cracking read. People may not know the name George Young. They probably know his younger brothers, Malcolm and Angus, but everyone will know the songs he's written. Take us through some of his biggest hits.
Oh, sure. Well, you could start with Friday on My Mind, which was their big breakthrough international hit for the Easybeats in 1966. First time an Australian band had ever really had a self-composed top 10 hit in the UK and the US. There's a really interesting backstory to that. George and Harry were in a studio in London. They had the bare bones of this song. They knew it was good, but it was just missing something. And they decided to skive off and go to the movies for the afternoon. And they saw a documentary featuring this French a cappella group called the Swingle Sisters. And they specialised in all these kind of do-do-do, da-da-da, da-da-da, kind of vocal tricks. And that's what you hear in the song, you know, the da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. It's all inspired by a completely non-rock and roll outfit who date back to, you know, the 30s. So George drew a lot of influences from a lot of really interesting places. And I guess Friday on My Mind was voted the #1 Australian song of all time by APRA. And Bruce Springsteen, when he was here in 2014, opened his Sydney shows with it. So that's 50 years down the line. It's got a lot of relevance still.
Oh, yeah, David Bowie loved the song. I mean,
Bowie loved it, yeah. So
many great lovers in. I mean, I don't know where you start and where you finish with these guys. But yours is the first book, and it's a great. That's what I did yesterday. Read your book. It's really the first to explore the life and work of George Young. He's a fascinating and hugely talented guy. Why has his story remained so largely untold?
No, George had no interest in the spotlight. I think he used to say that when he was in the Easybeats, it was we'd get up, we'd shake our bum for 20 minutes, and everybody would scream, the stage would get invaded, and the show would be over. He was a musician. He was interested in becoming a good, great songwriter and producer. I think once he got out of the Easybeats, he had no interest in the spotlight whatsoever. And, you know, in the research for the book, I realised once the Easybeats broke up in, late 1969, he probably only played half a dozen times, stood on a stage and played live. He had no interest in that. He wanted to be the kind of behind-the-scenes guy, the man creating the songs, which is what he and Harry Vanda went on to do for the next 25, 30 years. Yeah,
AC/DC said that without George's help and guidance, there wouldn't be an AC/DC. How did he manage to have so much pull and influence behind the scenes?
Well, he built up a lot of goodwill and credibility through his work with the Easybeats. They were signed to the Albert's music empire, and that's who also signed AC/DC. I think it was a given that when they signed AC/DC, George was part of the package. He was the big brother, he was the mentor, he was their record producer. He was also the guy that was making sure that everything that went wrong with the Easybeats didn't recur with AC/DC. You know, one writer said that AC/DC was George Young's revenge. And what they meant was that all the things that had gone wrong with the Easybeats, George was going to make sure his brothers didn't repeat it with AC/DC.
Yeah, look, Jeff, I'd love to talk to you all day. This is just a great read if you're